to Rush Racing. It's pre-season week 2 here at Silverstone, race 2 here at Silverstone. Silverstone, I would normally open saying the weather's a bit bipolar, but we are running clear weather, so it's going to be clear all the way through for us. It's a full quali. Very quickly, my name is Phoenix. I'm one of your hosts and commentators this evening, and alongside me for the first time is Greenie. How are you doing tonight?
Yes, hello everybody. I am feeling very good. Silverstone, one of my favourite tracks to commentate at. There's always plenty of action to look at. Qualifying's already great. I can't wait for it.
I mean, it's full quali, so we'll have 3 qualifying sessions. If I can tell who's going out on track first, it's one of the Red Bulls. That's the other Red Bull I need. We've got 21 out of the 22 drivers this evening. I mean, it's Silverstone. Things to look out for: invalidations and battery. Because although Zach Souza has left, if you could get him back in, but there's a few heavy braking zones, especially coming in to Luffield and Brooklands, and then Maggots and Beckett's is also very easy to invalidate through. So you've got some heavy braking zones, but then you've also got quite a lot of straights. So I think the be-all end will be seeing how much battery you have on the remainder of the hangar straight. Now,
Battery's going to be, depending on how good or bad you are at managing it, it could be an issue for some of the drivers within this race. Definitely something to look out for.
yeah, I mean, as we wait for the drivers to come around for their flying laps, I mean, we will see some of the faster drivers set 1 lap, only go out for a banker here in Q1, because if you're really in the top 5 after everyone set their laps, you don't need to really set another. You want to save your tyres, because another thing with full quali is your tyre management. You only have, I want to say, 3 softs and a pair of mediums, as that Red Bull of Pierre Cat starts his flying lap and absolutely clops it at clubs, coming flying through the first set, already invalidated. Wow, that's not going very well for him. I think the next person on a flying lap would be the other Red Bull. Coming around onto that simply lovely hangar, Wellington Straight. I was about to call it Hangar Straight. Wrong straight. Coming in, flying down there, burning a little bit of that battery. Now going into Luffield and through Woodcrot. Now Corpse, it's a flat out corner in most modern machinery, except it's a bit interesting with these 26 regulations. I mean, cars just trucking around. We'll get more information, I guess, as qualifying gets tighter and tighter, and we do reach the all-important rush time. Now Ham coming through, has invalidated through Maggots and Beckett's, which is quite a common place. Now we've got...
Yeah, like you said right at the start of the session, it is quite common to see cars invalidate there, and that was a perfect example of it.
Yeah, I mean, now we've got DM coming through Maggots and Beckett's. Can he keep it cleanly through Maggots and Beckett's is a different question. Now exiting via Chapel Curve, coming down that hangar straight, doesn't have a whole lot of battery to play with, but does manage to make it through Maggots and Beckett's cleanly. Coming around Stowe, through Vale, and into Clubs, the final section of corners. Doesn't cut it too wide, uses the curb, uses this little bit, the shortest amount of track humanly possible. It says weird to say, but when you're a driver, if the shorter the distance, the quicker the time. It is simple maths. As who else have we got on an outlet? We've got Creeper again coming up through Cops. Okay, then I'll continue. Creeper manages to make it through Maggots and Beckets cleanly. Coming through, Trio Kev now sets provisional pole in Q1. There's no real pole in Q1 or Q2. It's just whether you get through or not. I believe we will lose P17 down, so I believe we'll lose 5 drivers in Q1 if my math leads me true. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. And Creeper is the third card across the line, must have lost it at some point. Winter now coming into Maggots and Beckets. Can Winter keep it within the lines though? Not a lot of battery, but you can coast through Maggots and Beckets quite easily. And keeps it clean.
He's already down to 0 battery, so we'll just have to see how we can do for the rest of the lap with very limited battery. Luckily, it's not a part of the track that you need to use that much of it, but it's still ideal to have just in case. Across the line. It's going to be a 129.767, so going to put him now into P4 as the Mercedes goes quicker.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a few other drivers towards just starting their lap. Cooper Trooper coming around out of Luffield. I did get the corner correct. Luffield and Woodcrot. There's yellow, so that's no boost mode available. So it's just how the game runs. Coming through Maggots and Beckets. Can he keep it clean? Yes, he can. And I think another thing to think about and keep an eye out for the Grand Prix is track limits, because the other night in the first race we did see quite a few of them start to rack up in the latter stages of the race. In Cooper coming into club. Uncle Rookie is left. If you could get him back in, and comes across the lines, puts it up into P4 for the time being. As Minor would be one of the next to come across the line. That Red Bull gets right out of the way. Coming through clubs. In that AMR 26, a little bit of wiggle and slide there on the exit will slow him down a little bit. Never mind, I spoke too soon. He dumps it straight up into P1. As all but one of the drivers are currently in the pits. One driver on a flying lap that has yet to set a time.
Second position. 128.7 for the V-car returns there. Very good lap time. Quicker than pretty much all the field by a good margin. I think he could be safe going into Q2.
I think we won't see I don't think we'll see the top three really venture out again after their laps. I mean, most of them's finished. The bottom half really haven't gone out yet. I mean, we've got Bradman on an out lap, and I guess we'll think he will be one of the next to come across the line, because Liam Dierenberg's just started his out lap. Bradman, hopefully he doesn't lose it through Maggots and Beckets on his out lap. But we'll see what he can do, and I'll let you take away that lap when Bradman does eventually make it across the line.
All right, sweet. The Ferrari getting ready to start their lap then. Through the final chicane. Around club we go. As we activate our straight mode to start this flying lap, the boost on, battery going down at a rapid race, clip nearly the apex there. Now you're going to clip the apex through turn 2, braking around 75 meters for turn 3. Then you're going to swoop into turn 4 with as much speed as possible. Turn 5, flat out, activate the straight mode once again. You're going to send it down the straight. Brake it around 50. Got to try and be as quick as possible through there. Into left field. Straight mode, once again activated. The ERS activated as well. Into cops we go. There is a yellow flag ahead. It's been cleared. We're going to come into Maggots and Beckett's now. Let's watch the track limits. Track limits look good. Through Chapel. Still looks good. Boost once again. Straight mode once again. As we come down the hanger straight. Brake as late as possible. Down to 6th. Use all the battery you can. Into the final chicane once again. And now we go through club to see what the lap time's going to be. It will be a 1:28.847 to take 3rd place for the Ferrari.
And for the moment, you need to get on and invite all the people that have been disconnected, because there's at least 2 of them. So if you could go do that, that would be simply lovely. I mean, Bearcat has invalidated their flying lap again. That's not very good. Liam Dierberg had a purple sector too. So we'll see what he can do coming through Vale and Stowe and Vale. Not Stowe and Vale, I got the order correct. Coming into club. Nice little club right on the end of the track lap. Dumps it up into P1 with a 27.9. That is very quick and very fast. Who else have we got on a flying lap? We have got Uncle Rookie coming now through Sector 1. Doesn't do a purple Sector 1, but we'll see what does do a purple Sector 1. So these drivers are setting some quite fast times, fast sectors, but if they have one small wiggle in a sector, that's provisional pole as good as gone. Coming into Corpse, getting ready to try and keep it within the white lines. At Maggots and Beckett's, now coming in and flying on through. Decides to keep it within the white lines. Coming out and dumping. Does have quite a bit of battery coming onto the hanger straight, more than I've seen from a few of the other cars. Coming into Stowe. And through Vale. Vale's a really interesting corner. It's not really a corner. Coming into club and to head down the Hamilton straight to complete the lap. It will be P10 for the time being. So a pretty solid lap there. Then we've got Zach's user, which I think will be the next across the line, which hasn't set a time.
It's going to be a very nice P3 for him there. 28.533. Quite a competitive lap time. Don't imagine he should go out again.
Yep, and can you go back to work and add more of the drivers, as some of them still don't have invites into the session. I think next person to cross the line, Pearcat, no battery, is still going for it. Has decided to keep it within the white lines for a lap, burning it to the line. We'll go to P17 and as a flashing red blue light. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't think he can make it back to the pits in time. Roby-Wan Kenobi just crosses the line up into P17. Controlling is now, we've got 22 drivers now. I think Controlling will be one of the next to cross the line, on a flying lap, as we're kind of getting towards the pointy end of Q1, where we will see the bottom, I want to say 15, at least the bottom 15, go out for a second lap, trying to climb their way up the timing tables, because in a minute or two, we'll see the beginning of the Simply Lovely rush time, as we will start to see a few retirements filter on through, but that's just they won't need to go out again. And it counts them as finished. So the round finishes quicker. I know, makes sense to me. Controlling, about to start his lap. Hopefully you can get the other driver back in. Coming now
I haven't managed to yet.
down. Don't forget to give him your EA. Coming now through, up into Village, and through the loop and out of Aintree. Keeping it nice, clean, fast, jumping on that battery, coming through down the Wellington Straight. Has invalidated, so that's what isn't what controlling would want. And it is quite a long lap, so he might have to save his tyres and go again. I'm not quite sure what that will do for him. I mean, who have we got? We've got Jerry Crow just about to cross the line, as we've got a few more disconnects. That's unfortunate. There's been quite a few in Q1. But hopefully this means your job. Get the drivers back in so we don't have a bunch of AI doing AI shenanigans. We don't want EA to do EA shenanigans, but AIs like to also do AI shenanigans. Now, Crow has set a fast lap, fastest first sector, coming around through Luffield and out of Brooklands. As we see all those retirements filter on through, those top few very confident with their timing on the top of the timing table. Now, Jeremy coming through Cops into Maggots and Beckett's. Can he keep it within the white lines? Gains, saves a lot of that battery. Jumps on it quite early on the exit coming through Chapel, burning it all down the hanger straight. We'll try and get a little bit, burn it down through Vale. We'll have a heavy braking zone into Club to get a little bit to do that final push. And he will set his time of, P1. Oh my, that's P1 by quite a long way. A very, very impressive lap, as we've got Controlling starting his second lap. We're under a minute left here in Q1, so a lot of these drives, it will be their last attempt at a lap, and some of them may have not been able to get out of the pits in time. Controlling keeps it cleanly through Maggots and Beckett's, exiting Chapel, burning that battery down the hanger straight. Purple sector number 02, now off down into Vale. Stowy, then through Vale. We'll have a heavy braking zone of Clubs to gain more of that battery for that final very small push across the line. Has kept it clean, but those tyres will have one heat cycle through them, so they won't be the grippiest thing ever. Puts it up into P9 as qualifying is all done and dusted. We will see who. Oh, we've got two drivers who won't unfortunately set a time. I think the next person to cross the line will be Uncle Rookie. And he is up almost 3/10 on his time, though. Oh, a little something happened there on the exit, whether that was EA shenanigans or a little bit of a slide. Be interesting to see if he's kept his pace. Goes wide again, doesn't invalidate, and all that mistakes cost him a little bit. I believe it is. Ooh, who else is coming off? Roland on Kenobi straight into the pits. We've got a Ferrari of DM coming right around through Clubs. Don't know if he's up on time, but will come around across the line and dump it. P18 doesn't improve. So Winter now coming around will be the last one to finish. Can he improve his time or his position? Nope, he's 11 seconds down. Must have been an in-lap, but that's qualifying Q1 all done and dusted. I hope you are able to get those drivers back in, but as we wait for the... Oh, there we go. Now Q1's officially done and dusted. We will go through the Q1 results in a moment when the game decides to give them to me. There we go. On pole by 6/10 was Jeremy, then Liam, Edmund Jaw, Zach, Terrence, Sick Party, Brad, Trio Kev, and RJ and Gangster round out the top 10. Then we did lose Hamadan, Dia and Mia, Roll Me One Kenobi, Percat, Ian, Alaru, as we lost 6 drivers and we'll lose 6 more in Q2. But it was a very...
I think Q2's...
It was,
Sorry, you go.
It was a very interesting Q1, a lot of invalidations. So I definitely think track limits is something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, that was adding on to what I was just about to say. Q2, I think, is going to catch a lot more people out with the pressure of trying to get to Q3. We're going to see probably a few more mistakes happen with, pretty much anything. Battery management, track limits. It's all going to go down.
Yeah, I mean, now do you think we will get any changes in positioning? Do you think Jeremy will dump it on pole again? And someone's got kicked, if you could add them back.
Which EA?
That's your problem to figure out, as we've got a few cars already hitting the track, getting out, because as we've noticed, Q2, it's shorter than Q1. And you've really got to add someone. They've been waiting slightly impatiently now. Put your EA in the chat.
Already have.
I have not seen it, but okay. Just put it out again. We've got everyone sort of rushing out of the pits. It's not rush time, guys. It's the morning. Start of the session. I mean, a lot of the guys very eager to set their laps because invalidating is wrong, Aldi. Invalidating is quite common, as Cooper Trooper will be the first to cross the line in Q2. As Jeremy has also left the session. Can you please get him back in? That would be lovely. And now they can't. Oh, they can find your EA. This is lovely. Because I'm not quite sure what my EA is at the moment. And Cooper Troop will be the first to come across the line. Flying through Sector 1, keeping up within the white lines. Coming up into this, it's an oddly shaped chicane. It's not quite a chicane. It kind of drives a little bit like an extra large chicane. But coming down the Wellington Straight into that Luffields and Brooklands little section, coming into Sector 2, flying around and flying up to Corpse, which you can take it flat out, as we've had one of our drivers get back in the session. Does Corpse quite well, coming now into Maggots and Backets. This is tend to be where most people do lose it, because track limits can be slightly confusing in this game, and it's very easy to run it wide or cut it fine. As has left the session again. I swear he just joined. Okay. This is interesting. Hey, EA shenanigans tech issues will be the death of literally everyone as a commentator. Cooper Trooper setting provisional time. I think one of the next will watch Gangster come across the line. We'll have a few more times filter in beforehand. I mean, Cooper Trooper's still currently sitting on pole. Gangster coming around through clubs and coming across that start finish line. And Trio Kev tops pole. And we've got Winter now on a lap. And we will watch Winter as I attempt to go find my EA in case I do require it. Oh, a massive snap coming into that corner by Winter. Won't be the fastest laps. Winter does not bail because you really want to stick a time down in the minimum. Winter will go up into P11. Not surprising, did have a little bit of snap. Zach's user will be the next to cross the line on a flying lap. Now, have you managed to get anyone back in?
I managed to get a couple, but people are just disconnecting quicker than I can invite them back.
That's... You can't add people during a session, which is slightly annoying. Zach's user does set a purple sector 1 though. So continue trying. Someone else just got disconnected. I know I don't have them added because I didn't add any of the new guys because I added you. Coming up through Corpse, Zach's user a little bit of, I want to say, glitch there. Coming around through Maggots and Beckett's. Can he keep it clean? Laurie has got back in. Can he stay in? Is my question. I think, yeah, coming around low on fuel though, under fueling. Will he can get back to pits after is the question. Coming around down now, heading into clubs. And he will set a little bit of connectivity shenanigans going on there. But we'll set a time of, we'll get into P2. So that's quite fast as we've got 4 of our drivers yet to set a time. And Terrence will be the next to come across the line.
Yeah, just wanted to mention how absolutely massive that gap at the top is. Zach just set a lap time there. You know, it looked very quick, but still about 7/10 off of P1. So, is it really likely that anyone's gonna dethrone the Aston Martin for P1?
I don't know. We saw, if Jeremy can get a lap down, we saw him absolutely obliterate by 6/10. So that would be something to keep an eye out on if he can get out for a lap. But he's now heading down Hamilton Straight. And I'll let you take this lap again.
Sorry, which driver?
Terrence. P14.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go then. Through the final chicane we come as we get ready to start the lap through club. As the straight mode gets activated, we come across the line to start the flying lap into turn 1. Flat out, clipping the apex. Into turn 2, also flat out, clipping the apex. Turn 3, slamming down the gears, down to 3rd. Keeping it in 3rd through turn 4. We come on to the next straight with straight mode. We're gonna come down into the next corner now. Into Luffield. Looks nice and tidy at the moment. Straight mode activated. Going all the way up in speed as we then coast. Entry to Maggots and Beckett's. Watch out for the track limits. Oh, it looks very good. Looks nice and fast. Straight mode activated once again. Boost activated. Gonna drain it. Up to 333 kilometers an hour. Braking very late. Last few corners to go now into the chicane. Flipping the apex. Into club the final corner. Going to activate straight mode for a very short amount of time to set the lap. It's going to be P4 for Terrence. A 128.962 should see him through to Q3.
Should being the strong word. I mean, the next driver we've got on a lap is... Okay, there is a limit. How many invites have you sent to this driver?
Like 3 or 4.
Okay, that is a question. We've got Liam Dierenberg. Send him another one. I'll try and think there is a limit, but it's also preseason. Coming around into that final corner for Liam. Where can he put it? He goes into P1.
Wow.
So the times are getting faster and faster as we've got quite a lot of guys in the pits. I don't know if they're in the lobby yet. Do you know if Jeremy's in?
I'm not too sure at the moment. I'll have a look.
Because I don't know who he is on Discord either. Then we've got the Merc. So we've got 2 drivers yet to set a time here in Q1 in a little bit. The top, I want to say from 6 down. And no, I am not going to please everyone. Oh, anyway, I can't do it now. The Aldis are in 7th and 8th. They were 1 number higher respectfully, and I'm not going to give anyone the pleasure of actually saying that one out loud. As we've got a few drivers now filtering in for their outlaps, for their final runs.
This final run obviously going to be very vital, especially to those drivers in that like bottom 5 or 6 range. Definitely going to need to put some better lap times in, otherwise they could see themselves out here in Q2. Definitely going to want to get through to Q3. Got to get a really good grit spot here at Silverstone, otherwise you're more likely to fall to chaos at turn 1.
Yeah, I mean, turn 1, it's not as bad. It's not a Monza corner 1 lap 1 by any means whatsoever. But it's still a very interesting. We've got Maggots and Beckett's, everyone coming through there. If you're following someone, it could get a bit rough. I mean, I think the next person coming across on a flight, I think Gangster's straight into the pits. I have a habit of going onto someone that either invalidated or go straight into the pits. That's just a me thing. That person's invalidated. Most of them are now in the pits. Except for Creeper, who hasn't validated, who's now in the pits. So it'll be Cooper Trooper coming across the line yet again. I think will be the only driver on a flying lap at the moment coming into corner 1. Nice, smooth, uses that track, could have cut it a little bit more, possibly coming up into Aintree. Major has retired, very happy with his time. He should be completely and utterly safe. As we'll see a few of the drivers filter out, but we'll probably see the top 5 going, no thanks, I'm good. Now, Uncle Rookie does have Cooper Trooper coming up hot and fast behind him, so we'll have to dip out of the way because obviously pace difference may be lucky enough to keep Cooper Trooper behind him. But coming around into cops, whichever one wants to call it. I don't really mind. I know I'll probably get told off for saying it the wrong way, but it's fine. Cooper Trooper coming through Maggots and Beckett's and keeping it clean. And he is up quite a lot on his time, almost 4/10, 3.8 coming into that final sector. Can he keep that pace though? That is the important thing. Coming now into clubs. I always want to say clubs. I want to say it plural. It's called club, not clubs. Quarter names are weird. Anyway, coming across the line will improve up into P4 as we've got almost everyone out on their outlap, except for those 2 in the pits. I mean, who else haven't we? Who's on the brink of extinction? I mean, Winter's currently on a lap, keeps it clean. through Maggots and Beckett's and out of Chapel. And coming down the hanger straight into Stowe Vale. Gains a bit of that battery, will dump it straight back out through Vale into the heavy braking zone of clubs, through that detection zone, which doesn't really matter in qualifying because you get it for the whole lap. Regardless, we'll go into P11. So that's not quite enough to get out of Q3. I mean, Uncle Rookie is on a lap coming now through Maggots and Beckett's. Can he keep it clean? Yes, he does. He could have cut it a little more, but Maggots and Beckett's, you don't really want to cut it or risk it too much. Does get a quick yellow, which does disappear, so he can use some of his battery as boost mode coming into Stowe and Vale and burning what he has down into club. Can he get out and get in? Can he get that Alpine into Q3? Does improve quite a lot, goes up to P11. Qualifying's done and dusted. So we'll see if, I think, who else is on a lap? We've got Gangster. He's currently will be a lip. Zach's user's car just teleported off the track. No, not Zach's user. That was Zach's user's, because his car's, I don't know what happened. That car, it was not me, I swear. I mean, we've got cars now filtering across the line. I think Zach's user, if you can get him back in. Now, Gangster coming around through Maggots and Beckett's, keeps it clean. There's a few trail of cars coming across the line. Quite normal in rush hour. You have a rush of cars. No pun, actually pun intended for rush hour. The pun is fully intended there. Can he improve? He's currently will get eliminated here in Q2. Coming up through the final corner. Where can he put that McLaren? Improves his time and his position up into P8. So is safe for the time being. But he's borderline. We've got Winter has finished. So that's Q2 all done and dusted. And we saw a completely different Q2 than Q1. And our Q2 results, Liam, Manure, Trio Kev, the top three, then Breadman, Sick Party, Cooper, Control, and Zach's user Gangster, and RJ make it in, and we lose Terrence, Creeper, Uncle Rook, TDR Winter, and Jeremy and A Walking. They've lost the session again. So that will be interesting. As something, I will do this. No, okay, I'll do that later. As we now load into the final qualifying session of, I think it is 12 minutes Q3.
Yeah, 12 minutes.
I did maths correctly. Because I think it's 18, 16, and then 12. For some reason. As we now...
Yeah, 18, 15, 12 it is.
18, 15 minutes. I could have got my maths horrendously wrong as we wait for the game to load into the lobby. There we go. We chuck back up the data because although it, for whatever reason, it keeps the track map up, but not the telemetry data. Which is interesting, and wonder how quickly we'll see any of the drivers peel out of the pits. We've got a McLaren Trio Kev's getting ready, and he's getting ready to go out. And although you can't really tell, I mean, just by looking at the garage, both of the McLarens are heading out. Oh, we've got quite a lot of cars heading out for their first laps. So do you have any predictions for who is going to snag pole?
Well, it looked like Liam was incredibly quick there in Q2, so I'm going to say it's going to go to Liam.
Yes. It is a good guess, as we've got that driver finally back in the session. I mean, and yes, before anyone asks, I do know all the corner names of Silverstone off by heart. And, yep, it's just something I know. I've done Silverstone. It's technically one of my home tracks, as we wait for everyone to filter out through their outlaps. I mean, I'll bring up this question because I like to get other people's opinions on it. But do you think Silverstone is an overrated track? I'll go in terms of
Okay, this
F1.
is
In terms of F1, because get me some multi-class racing where like it's a solid track, but is it overrated in terms of F1? I know this was asked by myself last night, and I think it's overrated. And yes, it is one of my home tracks, built on an old World War II air base. I still think it's overrated.
for me that's kind of a tricky question because, like you said, it's kind of your home race. For me, it is my home race. So obviously, I've got my heart says no, it's not overrated. But really, as a track, I don't really think so either. There's always great action. There's always drama. There's always controversy. I think it's perfect for F1, really.
Ooh, that is interesting. I mean, Control will be the first to head out on his flying lap here in Q3. We'll set the benchmark time if he can keep his tyres within track limits. Sometimes you can dip out of the white lines and still be fine. Coming around through Farm Curve, I think. Coming up down onto Wellington Straight, burning that battery. Burning quite a lot of that battery, but stops, but comes down into Luffields and out of Brooklands, keeping that car nice. I mean, you can use the curb quite well around Silverstone, like that curb is just there perfectly. And there are two, we're using, I'm not quite sure which pit lane we are using. We're using the F1 pit lane, not the other one, as believe it or not, more than once I have tried to go into the other pit lane. The game does not let you. That's sad. Coming now through Maggots and Beckett's. Keeps it clean heading into Sector 3. Does have his teammate right behind him. So the Aldis, okay, both of them haven't invalidated. The Aldis will be the first to come across the line. Here in Q1 we've got all but Zach's user in the pits. I do believe he has rejoined the session. I'm pretty sure I saw that correctly. But what time can Control and dump onto the board to start with? A 28.8, and Cooper smashes it with a 28.3. And Gangster has not invalidated yet, so we'll see what he can do heading into clubs as everyone's filtering across their line for their banker. They get a banker and a flyer. Most people do go out slightly early. It's a long out lap. Not really long, it's long. Gangster gets a time on the board. Minjor has invalidated. The other two are on outlaps.
Yeah, well, like I said, at least for me, Liam looks like the favourite to win the session. As we see him come through the final few corners now to start that flying lap.
Yeah, and we'll see what time he can put down. He's put down very quick times before. Coming across that line,
Yeah.
jumping not onto that battery. Second outlap. Question mark. He's not burning it. I think it's a second outlap for Liam. As I believe be Noah. I'm not quite sure. I know Zach's user will be the next to come across the line for the first flying lap. So I'm pretty sure, yeah,
I think
Liam's
Liam
just
is on
saving.
a flying lap.
He's not using any battery.
He's down to 30%.
He's not burning it.
My bad.
Is he? I can't. It could just be it. Oh no, he is burning it. Maybe he was doing Ferrari strategies which paid off. Ferrari strategies in a Williams. Makes sense. Oh no, you've got Carlos Sainz that currently drives for Williams, so you could still have Ferrari strategies through Carlos Sainz, depending on who he's driving for. I mean, coming through Maggots and Beckett's, keeps it clean and tidy. Doesn't go for a little dip in the grass, turn that car into an expensive lawnmower. Has the fastest purple sector 2, pretty sure it did fastest purple 1 on top. We'll see what he can do coming through into clubs. MJ sets the fastest time of the session so far. Then Liam will come around and go fastest with a 27.4. So it's all but one of our drivers yet to set a time. And then we've just got Zach's user heading now through Mackett's and Beckett's.
Yeah, let's see what the Cadillac can do. Come through Chapel now. We're gonna activate the straight mode. Coming down the hangar straight. Use all that battery up into Stowe. Taking a nice line through there. Burning the rest of the battery once again into the final chicane. Club. And we are going to come across the line to set a third fastest lap of 1:28.143.
So that's provisional P3 for him for the time being. I mean, everyone else is in the pits or on in laps. So we've got a little bit of downtime here in Q1. Q3 even. Also, okay, since we have a little bit of downtime, I'll raise the question. Why is it Q1, 2, then 3? It could be why isn't it Q3? Then if you get in, you go to Q2 and the final 10 go into Q3, Q1. Like, it could work if you had Q1 as your final qualifying. I'm just saying. That could be a topic for debate though. What's your opinion?
I mean, you do raise a point, but in the same breath, you're just counting really. Like, I get Q1, it does also sound like it could be for front runners. One, you're going for P1, but I think the way it is just fine to me.
Oh, that is interesting. I mean, we've got everyone except, we're watching Zach's user because he's not on a lap, but he's the only one out on track, as we will have rush hour in its full swing. He ducks into the pits, so it will be a who comes out of the pits next.
Yep, it's most likely going to be a shorter intermission, maybe a minute maximum before we get all the cars starting to come back out again as they try to set a pole position worthy lap time. Although once again, Liam 4 tenths ahead, looking very hard to stop here.
Yeah, now this is downtime. Silverstone. What else can I pull about Silverstone? It's got 4 straight mode zones. Let's see. It's built on it's pinnacle of motorsport history. It's an old World War II base. What else? The first Grand Prix was
Sorry to
held
interrupt,
in
but
October of 1948.
we've got an Aston Martin coming out on track now.
My EA was just doing EA things and refusing to show me the car. But now we can see Manoa coming around, hoping to close that gap to P1. It's a very difficult gap to beat. Who's the next car out after that? It's Breadman coming out. There we go. So, do you think we'll see much changing between the bottom few positions?
Yeah, so I'm just noticing between 7th and 9th, we've only got about a tenth within those 3 cars there. So I'm for sure expecting to see some change within 7th, 8th, and 9th. We could get Gangster coming to join that party there, or we could have that whole party coming to join Bread. They're all within a good small gap there in that sort of bottom 5. So I expect a lot of change through there. Up the top though, I'm expecting a bit less.
Yep, and I think there's a driver trying to get your attention to get an invite back. I know if you have invited them, you got tagged a few moments ago. I'll let you deal with that because we want all of our drivers in for the race start. Because the race start will be simply lovely. It's the start of a race. We could see some chaos. We'll see what Bredman's currently in P6, so kind of chilling in that middle of the top 10. We'll see if he can improve coming around on his lap. Coming now very slowly. Very interesting strategy, but burning a little bit of that battery coming into that first sector's hunk of corners. Zaluri has now managed to get back in the session. That is simply lovely. Coming around through Aintree and Farm, and we'll dump some of that battery out onto the Wellington Straight. We'll see, is Bredman up on his time? He is by just over 3.5 tenths. So we'll see if he can keep that pace, because that pace will put him currently into P5, I believe, if my math leads me true. Coming around into Cops or Corpse. How do you pronounce that corner?
I'd definitely pronounce it Cops, for sure.
As Zaluri has
Left session again.
now, there is a limit to him, but it's also pre-season and I want all the drives in. So we'll limit to, I think it's 3 within the Grand Prix or something. I mean, Bredman's still making his way around the track. Qualifying's all done, so everyone will start to filter across the line. I mean, Bredman will, of course, be the first to cross the line here in Q3 for the final time. Go around, and we'll dump it into P4 for the time being. Think, no, it would be Gangster next to cross the line. Can he improve? We will have to wait and find out. He will cross the line, go up into P7. Then we've got, I believe it is RJ coming across the line. P8 for RJ. We've got, that's, I'm not quite sure what white dot. We've got 4 white dots on the track. They're either Hasses or Cadillacs. Don't know. Sick Party puts it up into P3. The next person to be cross the line is Controlling. He doesn't improve his position. That lastly, it will be Trio Kev for Q3. And that's Q3 all done and dusted. As we'll wait for your final results here in Q3. I mean, Liam, MJ, Sick Party, Sax User, Breadman, Trio Kev, Cooper Trooper, Gangster, IJ, and Controllin'. So, how do you recap qualifying so far?
I thought it was pretty interesting. Liam's absolutely dominated it. 6 tenths on pole he's by. I do just want to mention though, MJ, when he was on their final lap, they were actually about 3 tenths up the last time I checked, but then they did not improve by the end of the lap. So something obviously happening within that last sector for them.
Yeah, and now as we wait for the game to load up the game, everyone to get their setups on, I will quickly change it. So we'll look draft night. It's on the 28th of June, 7 p.m. EAST. Whatever the time is, Rush is normally on, that is 7 p.m. AEDT. It might mean to be ST, which would make more sense, but you gotta tune in because it's draft night. You get to see where the drivers end up, who they end up racing for. Will we see some of the big names back in the teams they started with, or will we have like our championship winners just change teams? We will have to wait and see for that one. Very quick look at lovely graphic, and back to the game footage. As we wait for everyone to get their setups ready to go. I mean, any bold predictions for the race?
Well, for me, it's more so just analysing what's actually happening. Of course, like you said at the start of the stream, my very first race with this league. So, judging from qualifying, it could be Liam out front by 30 seconds for all I know. Or we could have some turn 1 chaos.
Sorry.
I can't wait to see the
5 red lights out on the gantry. They are lights out, and away we go here in in the race. Coming down into that first corner, side by side action, flying through. Everyone keeping it within the white lines. That is lovely. Everyone keeping it nice and clean. Everyone switching positions like Pokemon. Never mind, there is a McLaren backwards. Cars going side by side onto the Wellington Straight, going 3 wide down the straight. I mean, Gangster's not had a nice, he got a nice spin at the start, but there's a lot of argy-bargy at the front. I mean, Liam getting a good launch, but then you've got Saxuser, MJ, we've got Trio Kev, and RJ switching positions again. We've got Trio Kev right close. We've got battles everywhere. It's a massive train. Cars going side by side into corpse. Don't know what I does tuck me in for that last minute. Go back slightly. We've got cars going wide. I mean, the field sort of spread out into two main groups very, very quickly here, coming through Maggots and Beckett's. Some already do have that yellow fuel light on. Drew, Kevin, RJ switch positions. Zach's user and Sick Party switch positions again. Liam just kind of running away with it. Got a very good launch as Piercat is dropping like a stone. What's happened to him? Nope, straight into the pits. No? There's... Whoa. What is my game doing? Oh, there is a Haas in the gravel. Wonder what happened there. Maybe ran a bit too deep. Back up to the top, you've got a lot of cars really getting close to each other. That was a very interesting lap one. Everyone kept it, I say, relatively clean.
There was a lot to try and keep up with on that first lap. I was flipping up and down the whole time. I just wanted to mention, you missed it. Winter did unfortunately have an incident at, I believe, turn 4 or turn 5, going very, very wide.
Unfortunately, quick look at the tyres here. We've got quite a split. You've got 4 on the hards, 3 on the hards. One of the McLarens is having a moment. Gangster, I think, had another moment, so he's not having the best of nights. I mean, back up to the action. Uncle Ricky poking his nose in, but at the top you've got MJ and Sick Party having at it down the hanger straight, side by side. MJ gets the move done for now. I say for now because I feel like we could see a lot of yin yangs, and Alori gets no more invites. He's all done. Too many invites for him. That is unfortunate. So his AI will just go around in circles. Back to my other point, we've got Cooper Trooper and Trio Kev switching. Oh, that got a little hairy. Oh my, coming into that. Cooper Trooper dropping a few positions from that. I mean, going back to the tyres, we've got quite a few different tyre choices. A lot on the mediums. We've got 5 on the softs and 3 on the hards. So we'll see what those strategies play out here. Softs, we'll see if they can work. Whoa, Cooper Trooper and Trio Kev going at it. Trio Kev going deep. Trio Kev spun it. Lost it. So he was having a nice little battle. But unfortunately, yes, gals, it is 18k for an onboard. It's interesting. I spent 18k on an onboard yesterday because why not? I mean, everyone's sort of spreading out. The top 3 are sort of running away. We've got... I'm trying to look for battles. We've got Controlling and Terrence having a go at each other. And I think Gangster's
like
lost it again.
Zach's user's looking a lot closer than he was before to Liam up front at the lead.
Here, got action side by side. Terrence and RJ swapping positions, Controlling still ready up there, ready to pounce if anyone makes a singular mistake. I mean, no penalties as of yet. I say as of yet. We will get a track limit. It's Silverstone. There's some tracks where people are going to get track limits no matter what. Controlling looks for a move on the inside, doesn't. It's currently a nice little train of cars here. We've got RJ and Terrence very close. We've got Uncle Ricky trying to catch up, but the battling might slow him down. We have got Zach's user closing in, does go a bit wide, very close to the back of Liam. Can he get a move done very soon? Challenge for the lead of the Grand Prix. We will have to wait and see.
Yep, I think it's pretty vital, this battle for the lead. It's looking closer than ever as we get ready through Maggots, Beckett, and Chapel. We've obviously got a straight mode area here. So we'll see if Zach User decides to dump the battery and try and go for the move. We've got our first penalty of the race with Pekat.
I did not wish that into existence. Anyway, we've got controlling and RJ swapping positions, but Zach's user and Liam and Zach does have a battery advantage over Liam and will have overtake. Does have a yellow fuel light. Both of them have a yellow fuel light actually. But coming into Sector 1, they're not looking to make a move. Sick Party's dropping like a stone. Take an eye off for the top for a minute. Sick Party at a moment's in the grass, letting everyone go past as he gets the rubber back on his tyres. I mean, going back up to the top, they're seeming to spread out again. But that could change as Zach's user is burning that battery, dumping it down the Wellington straight. Coming into that corner, nice helicopter cam shot from the game there. But this is the last time we saw Zach user get very close, but then Liam just kind of ran away with it. I mean, back down a bit, we'll take our eyes off them for a minute. Controlling and is right up. Someone's lost it. Winter. See, did Winter's in the wall. And no, Slushy, I did not. I got my onboard for 18k, and I got my onboard, so that's that. We've got Controlling and Terrence going at it. Williams first, are we watching Div 5 from last season? We'll do it. Menu and Zach's user swapping, so Zach's user has disconnected. If you could pretty please get him back in. I mean, whoa. His car is... Nah, that car is glitching absolutely everywhere. That's not very nice. Hopefully you can get back in and sort that connection issues out. Controlling where have we got battles? Everywhere. Where intervals. I think the closest battle is currently between Controlling and Terrence, as Controlling is closing up. No, you're not driving. It's Chat is being very funny. I mean, there's a yellow. Someone's coming out of the pit, so that's letting everyone go past. That is a-okay. I mean, it's been an interesting opening few laps here at Silverstone.
Yeah, it's been pretty full of action already. We've had the battle for the lead pretty much stripped away from us due to technical issues, but MJ is still right there with Liam, so it's not exactly fully over just yet. Then it's a massive 5-second gap to pretty much the rest of the field. They're all still pretty close down to 10th. You know, we've sort of got like 4 different fields here at the moment, and then a couple outliers here and there. Another penalty for Triokev there in 10th as he tries to get past Zach's user. But yeah, it's been a great opening 6 laps so far.
6 laps are only in lap 6 out of 26. We're using the 2026 DLC. I'm not sure how many more 2026 puns I can get in. We've got 26 laps. It's the 2026 DLC. Oh! Contact between Terrence and Controlling. Controlling rips off his M plate off that Aldi. So that's not the night he would have wanted, trying to pick his way up the field. We've got MJ trying to catch up to the back of Liam, who's having a solid run, I must say, so far. Looking at the battery, Liam is a little less. MJ has more battery, will dump it. Doesn't dump it all down the straight. Will sit in behind that slipstream, though. Doing a NASA impression. M plates are going, what the? Romy1 Kenobi is... I know, what... Nope, that's just EA doing EA shenanigans on my timing table. As there's a yellow... Triokev hasn't, I think, had a moment. I think Gangster had another moment, so Gangster's not having the best of nights. And please invite Zach's user. As we're now watching Terrence come around. I mean, we've got Controlling challenging, trying to challenge for P3 as Crow and Piercat swap positions. Sick Party now picks up a 3-second time penalty, so those penalties are starting to roll in. Controlling looks for a move on the inside, doesn't quite get it done. Isn't he's also missing an end plate, but is still putting up quite a nice battle, so the end plate must not be hurting him too much. Controlling gets the move done, switch back. Will he stick it though, going around the outside? Doesn't quite, is still tucked behind, back in, and yeah, that battle is nice and feisty. As Breadman and Controlling now switching positions like Pokemon cards coming down that straight, Controlling having absolutely no battery to play with. Coming into left fields, I mean, what else have we got going on? We've got Trokev, and I think try and get, if I don't know if Zach's user has managed to get back in the session, going around the outside of Zach's user, and up the inside. It's very close battling coming there on the exit of Luffields and through Brooklands. I mean, what else have we got?
MJ looking for a move here.
MJ.
Didn't quite get it.
Saxon user and Triokev trading positions like Pokemon cards. I mean, well, we've got Controlling right up the back of Bradman, almost going side by side down into Stowe. Coming off a little bit of a lock up there. Still going without that end plate. Triokev and Zach's user switching positions yet again. Lots of yin yang here. I mean, coming down Hamilton Straight yet again. That battle's been pretty feisty for a few laps. I mean, we've got Zach's user's gone straight through Clubs, gets a 3-second corner cutting penalty. Robbie Wan Kenobi gets a 3-second time penalty. So we've just had a bunch of penalties rolling. Controlling and Brett are going at it. One of the feistiest battles on the track currently.
Yep, it looks like Terrace is here to join the party as well. We're 3 wide.
Oh! Sorry, Paracat has a 10-second lane speeding into pit lane penalty. Not the night he wants. As we have lost Winter. Sorry, Winter, I must have missed you. I assume you did the thing and retired into the pits. But retiring, Zach's user has left the session again. How many invites is he on?
I think this maybe 3rd.
Okay, send that invite. He's not hit that. Liam switch for the lead. Missed that one. Looking at a different battle. MJ, so it's now an Aston up into P1 coming on to lap 10. I mean, Controlling and Brad are going side by side. This battle ain't slowing down, even with that end plate damage. Controlling's got on the inside a bit of a lock up there though, and is doing very, very well with that end plate, without that end plate, so he must not be feeling it. As RJ is into the pits. Terrence and Brad swapping positions. We've got, what else have we got going on? We've got Terrence and Controlling going at it.
Terrence is looking very feisty on the back of Controlling there. He's going to get that move done as well.
4 now. It's always 4 now. These batteries produce a lot of yin yangs, as we are seeing quite a few pits. So in a minute, in a lap or two, we will have a look at the tyres, because those medium... do we have any soft runners still out, is the question.
They've just gone to the pits, the last one, I believe.
Romeo and Kenobi's out on softs. We've got... Caesar has managed to get back in. I think everyone's switching to mediums. I mean, all the soft runners are switching to mediums. So, I mean, if they can take their softs to like 9-10 laps, you can get your other tyres to go a bit further. So Silverstone is not a whole issue on tyre where it does seem. I mean, we'll now take a look at position changes. We've got Terrence up 8 positions. And I think the most we've got Cooper Trooper and Gangster down 7. And of course, MJ up 1, Liam down 1. And Brad just chilling in that position. He's been there for a while. I mean, we've got coming into that, quite close to the back of Sick Party, perhaps looking to make a move. We've got AJ and DM coming close to each other, of course, coming into there. Looks to make a move, doesn't quite get it done. That's just Trio Kev into the pits. But there's a lot of battling. Every time I think, hang on, they've slowed down for a minute, they're speeding right back up. As it's a drag race down.
It's called a lead. Pretty big
Oh,
lead.
sorry, momentarily I decided to get rid of the timing tables instead of the position changes. My bad. I mean, Liam, he's on those medium compound tires. I know what's up, Liam, not having the best of nights. But then you look, oh, over a second gap, Terrence, almost 11 seconds down. So the top three are just speed, you can see through them. You've got Romeo and Kenobi, Gangster switching positions, but Gangster's in the pits. Walk coming down into Cat gets another 3-second time penalty. So in a minute, I guess we'll have a look at the time penalties as we. Zax is left again. Send him the fourth. Is it fourth? And I guess
I
wait.
think so. I can't even invite him though.
He's not showing online. Oh, someone's lost it. Who's lost it? I think it was Creeper that had a moment. He's back on track now. Zach's user switching positions. That is AI. Breadman into the pits. Terrence into the pits. MJ into the pits. So is Liam. So did Liam follow MJ in is the question. Controller now out into P1. Has he made a stop yet? He has not. So everyone on those, only one soft runner left out there on this evening. MJ, Zach, everyone's switching positions with each other as everyone ducks into the pits. So this will muck up the order for a little bit.
Yeah, I was just about to say something about mucking up the order. It'd be interesting to see
there's
how
someone's
the
around. Sorry, Terrence had a moment. Spun into Sector 1. Got the grass on those tyres. There's no grass left on those tyres now.
Yeah, as I was saying, those people that are going longer, it's going to be interesting to see where they come out. It'll be interesting to see if the undercut comes against them, or can they potentially overcut at Silverstone. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, should be an interesting part of strategy to see.
Yeah, but we've got Creeper and Ham going at it, switching positions down that Wellington straight. Of course, with the battery, there's a little bit of a different. Creeper going up the inside, though. We'll dump it on the battery, going side by side through Brooklands, up into Co-ops. We'll get that move done for now, and does have that battery advantage. But battery, yes, it's a whole lot, but it also disappears. AWOC gets a 10-second speeding in the pit lane. It's not what you want. I mean, we've got Diemua and Terrence close. We'll take a look at penalties for a minute. We've got 10 seconds and 16 seconds for Pelcat, and the rest are 3. Quite a lot of 3 seconds. As we've got Liam's back, and Liam and back up into P1 and P2, but I think MJ is still provisional race leader, or net race lead. As everyone's switching positions, or someone's, no, in the pits. I think I was just going into the pits, but now everyone's pitted. It sort of really spread everyone out, except for really Liam and MJ that I can see at the moment. Cooper Trooper, a bit slow. That gap was a lot closer to Sick Party. I mean, who else have you got? Most of them have sort of spread out and chilling out.
I believe Cooper Troopers on AI, they did say that their PlayStation had some troubles.
Oop. I can't tell her. Now, is that AI burning any battery? No, that AI is not doing normal things. Human. Okay, I mean, what else? I mean, we've got MJ getting real close to the back of Uncle Rookie. Gets that move done. Uncle Rookie gets it straight back, apparently. Nope. I can't. Whoa. MJ and. I know now Liam's got the move done on Uncle Rookie. I'm not quite sure. Oh, in the pits. Creeper now picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's not the night he wants either. The penalties are starting to roll in thick and fast.
And we're only halfway really through this race. I can't imagine how many more are to come, how many more upsets are to come during this race. Penalties could be a vital part to it.
Yeah, I mean, coming into, we've got pits everywhere, so I think the real main battle on the track is Liam and MJ for really the net race leaders. Controlling is still yet to pit. Liam gets a move done. MJ gets it right back. Two wide into cops. That was a nice battle. They didn't shove each other off the track though. So it's some very clean battle we're seeing between the pair of them.
Yeah, we're going to come onto the hanger straight now as we continue this battle. 3 tenths back. Can it be a move or will we wait for another opportunity? Looks like we are going to wait. But yeah, very clean battling through cops just before. No 2021 business. We're nice and clean.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Zach's user who's, I don't know, have you managed to get him another invite? Because I'm not quite sure if he's back
I
in the
haven't, no.
session. Send him an invite. I think he's
Another
still in
idea.
AI. I don't know.
Oh, never mind, there is.
He could have just had him. Sometimes you show offline and online. EA likes to do a lot of EA shenanigans for all the drivers. Sometimes it does unfortunately decide championships, but that's such is life.
Yep, these guys are
Such is
pretty close
life.
to getting at the front of the field.
Oh, you at the front
We're
of
going
the
to get a
field.
move.
Switchings. Oh, nice helicopter cam shot there.
So interesting to see the lines those two were taken through there. Liam gets the move done momentarily.
Momentarily being the key word. We've almost got 10 laps of racing left to go here on the evening. I mean, everyone's starting to close up after those pits. I mean, Trio kept right up the back of Uncle Rookie now coming into Sector 2.
Uncle Rookie does seem to be on some of the freshest tyres on the track, so as long as he didn't get bothered by the McLaren here too much, hopefully going to try and gain more time off of the fresher tyres in this next stint. But he will get bothered by the McLaren. It's side by side with him. Trio Kev getting just ahead through Maggots and Beckett's. What a move.
Yeah,
As we go through Chapel onto the hanger straight.
I feel like he was quite patient there, burning his non-existent battery. But that does allow Uncle Rook to catch right back up, so that'll be interesting. I mean, further down you've got Pearlcat and these two switching positions in the lower part of the field. Who else have you got? Uncle Rookie and Trigkev going at it. You've got Zach's user. Not sure if he's being able to get back into session, but sometimes the AIs produce lovely little battles. As he's now closing, tries to go around the outside of that Red Bull. Doesn't quite get it done. Can it get it to stick though? Is the question. Pearlcat gets another time penalty. He's now up to 22. As that Red Bull is now into the pits, and Hamdome gets a 10-second speeding in the pit lane penalty. So we're seeing quite a few of those this evening, as everyone's really now on hards or medium compound tyres. As everyone has, except for Controlin, has made a stop here this evening. I mean, we've got Uncle Rookie and Triokev going at it again, side by side, into Brooklands.
Yeah, they're going to come up to cops now. Uncle Rookie about 5 tenths ahead with no battery though, so can he try and lift and coast through Maggots, Beckett's Chapel here before they get onto the hanger straight? It's going to be vital that he gets, but it looks like he's going to only have about 20% as the McLaren's right on him as we start going down the straight. He has about 30% left. He's going to zoom past for the time being. Let's just see how this plays out. Currently, the advantage goes to Triokev.
Yeah, currently. It's always our strong word of the evening. I mean, Controllin's finally decided to pit. He pits to mediums, so he's doing hard to mediums. We'll see how that plays out, because once those medium tyres start to fall off, they fall off dramatically. They fall off a massive cliff. I mean, we've got some of the drivers starting to close up the gap together. I mean, Ferrari to Red Bull. we've got Breadman and RJ going at it.
Yes, they are. Side by side. Coming down onto the old pit straight that was used up until 2010. Yeah, has been, or was the home to the many pit stops over the years, and then they moved to the current pit lane in 2010. We go through Maggots, Beckett's, and Chaffel now with these two. The battle for the podium. They certainly won't be going any positions higher unless something dramatic happens, because there was a massive 18-second gap to P1 and P2. Can the V Carb have a look at anything here? Not quite.
Not quite, but, well, of course, try again. Sure, Kevin Uncle Rookie switching positions again. That Haas is now. Sick Party goes along the inside. Bit of wheel banging there. Very almost as the through goes Hamilton. Controlling and Sick Party now switching positions. So this little group, Controlling now has a full front wing with all its end plates on for now. But this little group are having their nice little battles with each other.
Yeah, group of 4 cars, all within, a second of each other. Also the points gap between P6 and P9 is key. Obviously, this is preseason, but it's good practice. Try and be as high as possible, of course, just for when you are in a proper race and you get in a situation like this. You need to practice your racecraft with multiple cars around you. So this is definitely good training for their seasons to come.
Yeah, I mean, Controlling and Uncle Rookie having at it for the umpteenth time, I'll say, coming into cops.
Noticing one thing, the more we look with Uncle Rookie, his battery management is definitely a little bit worse than the others. He always seems to be on 0% at some point during the lap, whereas you got other people like Controlling currently got 38 compared to Uncle Rookie's 22. So this could be an easy move for Controlling, as he does get the move done before the corner. Same with the Haas into the corner.
That's a lovely glitch. Don't know if you have it, but Controlling's nose is gone. Like, his front
Yes,
wing's
I did
still there,
that.
the nose is still there. Do you have that at the same time?
Yeah, I know. I do, yes.
Oh,
I think it's
that's rare.
26 DLC thing.
It's a glitch that it's known, but it's rare that I've had it before, but my co-coms hasn't had it. But oh my, I've had it. The streamer hasn't had it, but it's rare we both get it. I mean, looking away from his front wing, that sort of group's really caught up. RJ and Bredman still having at it for P3. I mean, you've got Uncle Rookie having at it. We've got who else? That's really the main groups. As everyone's just well and settled into their race.
Yeah, there's still a lot of battles happening on track. I'm just gonna put the spotlight on a lower battle at the moment. Down for P15, we've got Cooper Trooper. Very close with the Red Bull here. They were about a tenth before, but it's now gone up to 5/10.
Yeah, I mean, battles up and down the field. That's what we like to see. I mean, that Red Bull Ham closing that gap along the inside. Hello, late move, late lunge stop, and it gives, I want to say, is it 21 Abu Dhabi? Am I getting the year correct for that one?
Yes, I believe so.
Hamilton
You're right.
versus Verstappen. 1 lap of racing to decide the championship. I think will it be an 8th world championship for Lewis or a first for Max? And Max won with a late move going into that hairpin. But back to this race. I mean, we've got Trio Kev and Controlling very close. Trio Kev, I think, had a little bit of a slip on that exit. Had a little bit of slide. Something happened. That gap has now grown a bit. I mean, we've got RJ and Breadman having at it yet again. Nice helicopter cam or blimp cam from the game.
Yeah, this camera angle's actually been very, very cool to see over the entire race, really. It's shown us some great angles of the battling we've had through corners. so far. We've still got about 6 laps to go in this race as well, so I'm sure we'll see a few more battles from this very camera.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen battles up left, right, and centre. MJ now closing that gap to Liam on lap 21. So 5 laps to go. Yes, 5 laps to go. We'll see if that move has anything. I mean, the bottom sort of half of the field's very quite content. It's really the top half having those nice, pokey, fun battles. As I feel like the battle for P1 will be going right down into the end, unless they both decide to collect each other and spin out. No one's really can approach them.
1 second gap at this point, about to get up to 22. It's been incredible from these two drivers, just dominating out front. I'm going to go back to 2021 very quickly. Just, it's given me memories of it, because that's what it would be each and every race. It would be Hamilton
MJ gets it. Sorry, MJ
whoa.
gets the move done on Liam, side by side, back through corpse, switch back by Liam. Sorry to cut you off, but it looks like they're going to take each other out.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that we're talking about 2021, because that also was giving me flashbacks. I was hoping not for an instant, because this racing is incredible. Liam, no battery. As we come down the straight, MJ going to try and go around the outside. Can he do it? It's really side by side at the moment. And once again, using the word momentarily, getting it done. Got the inside line into the chicane, forcing Liam wide. But Liam manages to make it past as we go on to the main straight then. It's going to be Liam ahead for now.
For now, as I think that will be a lapped car of. Is it? It's an Aldi. That will be the lap car of Cooper. I think. Yep, getting that blue. We'll get that blue flag. We'll let them go straight on past, down the Wellington Straight. It's a good easy spot to let the leaders right on through. I mean, right up ahead, you've got Creeper and Ham going at it. I mean, everyone seems to be going at it at least once in their race. Oof, as they switch positions momentarily coming into Cops, Creeper makes that move stick onto Ham. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong paddle. DM and someone's the McLaren's around. Trio Kev spun it into the grass. And then we'll have Gangster and Uncle Rookie now picks up a 3-second time penalty. We'll have, I think, no, I'm getting my cars mixed up.
Leaders again. All leaders were very close there. No move quite being done just yet, though.
Quite yet. They're coming into start lap 23, so it's going to be a very punchy race all the way to the finish. I mean, everyone else has sort of really settled down momentarily. I mean, those gaps seem to fluctuate quite a lot. I mean, you've got Sick Party and Uncle Rookie really close together. We'll see if anything can happen there coming down the hangar. Pillcat picks up another time penalty, definitely not having the best of nights here at Silverstone. In Sick Party, looking for a move in the chicane, doesn't quite get it.
Yeah, Sick Party looking like a magnet to the back of Uncle Rookie's car at the moment, just being right there this whole time. And he will obviously continue to the checkered flag. He is going to look for a move now, actually. Switchback potentially going to be possible here. Will we see it through turn 4? And now turn 5. Could maybe get a move coming down the straight here. It is definitely the Haas with the battery advantage, but they are not really using their battery down the straight.
No, they're not. Really, I guess, saving that battery for the final push. I mean, we've got MJ and Minoy switching positions again, coming into Vale, and Stowe heading now into Vale, but they're having a really tightly knit battle, and they're closing in on another tightly knit battle. And I'm pretty sure it's between Keeper and Ham, who they've just switched positions. Take a little trip down and visit them. Trip down the timing tables. I mean, no battery. Ham gets no battery. Creeper has a lot of battery. I mean, of course, it's interesting as they come into the braking zone, but Creeper, I think, will be able to defend that position. You've got Demure and Zax User having at it. Zax DM trying to go around the outside, does not quite get it done though. As the leaders are, you've got RJ and Breadman having a battle, and you've got the two leaders having a nice little battle.
Yeah, it's really all going on at the moment. The place is first and second up for grabs here between these two, and then the place is third and fourth also up for grabs, with a very close battle as well. And also, all the other close battles on without the field, Terrence and Controlling also really close. So fifth and sixth still need to be decided. Seventh and eighth, very close, still need to be decided. That top eight, although they are just in two car segments, could still look very different by the end of this race.
Yeah, Controlling still missing his nose shaft. That looks funny. Switched for the lead. And as they head on to the penultimate lap of racing, I'll hand it over to you and I'll take the final.
All right, sweet. Just noticing that Liam does have that yellow warning light on his fuel gauge, whereas MJ does not. So it could be something to look out for. Maybe Liam does need to lift and coast a tiny bit to actually make it to the end of this race without any fuel issues. We come down into turn 3 and 4 now. It's currently Liam by 5/10, but all could change in these last two laps. We got the battery deploying for Liam. He's going to deploy it all, I imagine. Meanwhile, MJ's still going to keep it nice and tidy up within the 50-70 range. So, yeah, MJ looking to either make the move down this straight or the hangar straight. Only time will tell, really. But it looks like it will be down the hangar straight, if anything. Maybe even saving it for that final lap. They are, once again, like has been mentioned before, approaching the close battle of nearly lapped cars ahead as we go from Maggots, Beckett, and Chaffel now onto the hangar straight. Those lapped cars are starting to get very close. We could have an interruption in this battle onto the final lap. We'll have to wait and see how close it gets between the two different battles we've got going on here. But as we come through these final few corners, we'll hand over to Phoenix to take you this exciting last lap.
I mean, we've had moves up and down the field, all for those top few positions. You've got Controlling and Terrence having at it. I mean, there's a McLaren having an issue at some point, but Liam trying to gab MJ. I mean, Liam has no battery, has a red flashing fuel light. Now, if he had that before he crossed the line, he will run out of fuel. If he had it after, he'll be fine. Because that's your last lap of fuel. So that'll be something to look out for because he could run out of fuel. But MJ does have a lot of battery coming down into there, does have that lapped car. Hopefully that lapped car doesn't cause any issues. It doesn't. Liam and MJ side by side. Liam, no fuel light on. Oh no, the fuel light is still there. Oh! It's a red fuel light! Liam has run out of fuel.
Oh.
Run out. Red fuel light. He's done.
Incredible.
He's done. MJ gets the win. Can Breadman catch up on the final lap? I think it might be who knows, it could be a little too late. That battle between RJ and Breadman will slow him down. That gap is MJ's like, oh, thank God, has completely and utterly checked out of existence. He will now have to try and coast that car to the line. I mean, RJ and Breadman are still going at it. You've got Sick Party going at it. You've got everyone going for positions. That gap is closing like a stone. Breadman might be able to catch up. Coming down. RJ, though, threatening to get that move done. But Breadman catching up has gained like, I think, 15 seconds. Oh, MJ wins. That's not surprising. I mean, you've got Breadman. We'll see, can Breadman catch up before the line? Or can Liam hold on to his DP2? Time will tell as they're coming down across the line. Now it's 3 seconds. I think it might be a little too late. Liam coming across the line. It'll be a drag race to the line. Liam. Oh, Oh, it will be
Oh,
drag. Oh, contact. Archie Barchie. Liam manages to hang on to P2. Brad gets into P3. RJ gets it up into P4. And Terrence gets it into P6. A lot of contact and Archie Barchie along the line as we wait for Sick Party or a drag race to the line. Sick Party will Uncle Rookie will keep that position. I mean, next across the line will be a lapped car and Gangster, and then you've got the other cars filtering across. That was a very different final lap because Pearlcat gets a 10-second unserved penalty, but running out of fuel on the coming into that last lap, and if he lost it just I reckon a few meters further beforehand, he would have lost it. Completely and utterly
yeah.
lost it. As we now wait, that session is all done and dusted. We'll run through your final results after a very, very interesting Grand Prix.
Yeah, I just want to,
Whoa.
add welcome back to 2020, everyone.
Yeah, my game. A nice podium celebration for that Aston there. That champagne will go flying. The Australian national anthem will be played. Trophy goes high. That trophy gleams in the sun. Aston topping that timing table. Going through your final results. Driver of the day goes to RJ. MJ gets the win. Then a Creeper got the fast lap. Most overtakes and cleanest driver goes to DM. I mean, continue. Final results. MJ, Liam, and Breadman rounding out the podium. Then you've got RJ controlling, Terrence, Sick Party, Uncle Rook, Trio Kev, Gangster, DM, Walker Walk, Zax User, Creeper, Ham, Ellery, Cooper Trooper, Jeremy, Ayak, Roll Me One Kenobi, Pearlcat, and the DNF of Winter. So we will not stare at that anymore, and we'll see if we can get the driver in for an interview, because we here in preseason we will only do the winner. So we'll see if he wants to jump in for a quick interview. And as I type that, he does decide to spawn into the comms box. But MJ, that was a very, very interesting race. I mean, were you expecting Liam to run out of fuel on the final lap?
No, I thought he was trying to give me an illegal overtake or something. I was very confused, but yeah, I found my way through. It's a good race up until then.
How do you think the race went from your perspective? And if you had to do it again, would you change anything?
No, I think it was good. Just my plan was just to follow Liam until as late as possible, just because of the battery is so weird that it's just like you just want to know that at least you have some battery because you're never going to know what the other cars have. So it's just the new regs just make it like quite weird with how you can control that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think I wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah, and my last question before I hand you over to Greeny, if he has any questions or comments, is would you like to thank anyone or shout out anyone for your race this evening?
Just Zach and Liam. It was fun to race. He's good to race. So yeah, and I wish Zach was there to. But yeah, he was having some issues, so
Yeah.
it's unlucky.
Well, that is all from me. Very well driven race by you. Congratulations on the win. And I'll pass you over to Greeny.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd just like to say first off, obviously, congratulations on the win. It was incredible to watch you and Liam racing. So yeah, Liam obviously running out of fuel on that last lap, but for the rest of the race, did you find that racing incredible as incredible as we did, or how was it?
Yeah, I think it was quite good. Obviously, there was like some others in quali that were having lots of issues, which then transferred into the race. So it was just me and Liam, unfortunately. But I think it was a lot of fun. I was just trying to keep up with him, and yeah, he had some good pace, so it was not easy.
All right. Yeah, that's all from me. I'll take it back to Phoenix.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Well, that was. Do you have any final thoughts before we wrap this one off and send it into the sunset?
I mean, I just want to say what an incredible race that was. Just action non-stop the whole time. Uh, Worthy of, some sort of Hall of Fame, I think.
Yeah, that race was very interesting. I mean, we had lots of close battles. It was all really clean. We didn't see a safety car nor a VSC. I mean, we had people lose it, but we had people touch. People are going to spin it and lose it spontaneously. I mean, we could have locked up coming into a corner. I've done that quite a lot on these new regulations. But we had a very interesting race too. Don't forget, we have a race for the next 3 nights on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So don't forget to tune in for those as well. But on behalf of Greenie, my name's Phoenix. We have been your hosts and commentators on this evening. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night.